Hello, Steve White, TrekBoy89 for SteveOuts89. Well, we have a few photos from Star Trek Picard on set shooting, or on location shooting. There was one a week or so ago. It was Patrick Stewart dressed kind of like a Nazi, but in black, and one of the androids, or the android from Children of Mars. And I sort of, and the first episode of Picard, I think I did a video for it. I didn't end up putting it up because I didn't really care, and it didn't really seem to be that interesting. No one was really talking about it. And I can't even remember what people said. It was just like done. But then something else happened. I kind of missed this. Apparently there was a rumor that Picard was going to involve time travel. I don't know where it started, but I know part of it was spurned on by the fact that the clock in the preview, which I must admit I didn't pay any attention to, was the same time as where the time froze or the clock broke in Back to the Future. And I didn't get that because I don't care that much about Back to the Future, and I wasn't looking that closely, and so I missed that one, so sorry. But it seems to be confirmed now by two things. One, some person who was a friend of some person called, I think, Mark Kavanagh, took photos of filming on location in LA of Seven of Nine and Raffi on a bus, like a normal bus, like Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home on a bus. So apparently they are going back in time to this era. There's a sign on the bus, which is a fake sign, which refers to the Europa mission. And there apparently is a Europa Clipper mission in real life where a probe is going to go around moons of Mars or something. So this would seem to be probably like Voyager 4 or whatever Voyager, which was the Voyager that went through the fictional Voyager that went through the black hole for Star Trek, the motion picture. Was it Voyager 4? Yeah. Well, it's kind of going to be like that, I think, where they've made up this pretend mission that's sort of related to a real mission that's happening, which I think they may as well just use a real mission and claim that something happens to it in the future, which we can't prove it doesn't, rather than create a thing that maybe never exists like Voyager 4. But yeah, so we don't know what it is. It's something to do, so we're guessing it's around, because that's apparently going to launch around 2024, and the mission, I think, will take place over several years, or maybe they mentioned 2030, so I'm guessing it's around or after that time, because it would seem to be a mission, either some fictional version of that mission or perhaps the next stage of that mission. So we're looking at around this time. And the other thing was Patrick Stewart said he wishes he could tell everyone about all the time periods that they're travelling to, all the times they're travelling to. So, and there's also the rumours of Captain Archer appearing on the show, which of course didn't make any sense. People were saying he was going to appear on Strange New Worlds because he could have been an admiral at like the ceremony for the Enterprise going to Pike or something like that. But now they're suggesting that he's going to be in Picard because Picard is going to be travelling around different time periods, which could be like all the Star Trek eras. It could be anything. Now, I personally, because I did not like Star Trek Picard, I didn't think it was very well done. This kind of scares the hell out of me because the potential, because I thought having Q in Picard was dangerous enough because they could go to any time period, bring up any character or any Prime Universe version of any character, because we're in the Prime Universe, not the real canon Star Trek universe. They could do anything, and they just could do so much damage. I mean, they could actually do some good things, but they could also do so much damage. I'm really not sure. I'm trying to be optimistic, but, you know, I've already had bad experiences with Discovery and Picard, so it's very hard to believe Strange New Worlds or the upcoming seasons of Picard or Discovery are actually going to be positive and good. I'm really trying, but it's very hard to believe that. The potential for disaster by going back into the future and back into the past and changing our future again, or Star Trek's future, and changing what we see in Star Trek. I mean, are they going to make something worse? Then that's going to justify why the future of Picard is so much darker and more dystopian and not like anything like Next Generation or the original series. Same with Discovery, because they kind of did that with the Red Angel, because she went back and changed time so many times that the future that they're in is so altered. It cannot be the same universe that we saw in the original Star Trek, even if it was the same universe. And it's Prime anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I don't know. It's interesting. It snuck up on me, probably because I didn't care enough to pay attention. I'm just going to wait for it to come. If it's good, great. It'll be a surprise. If it's bad, at least I didn't spend a lot of time worrying about it. That's sort of been my approach. But this is kind of interesting and alarming, because the potential disaster is terrifying, but also, the potential for doing, if time travel, it's very iffy for several reasons. One, because the damage they can do by changing time, but also the way time travel was perceived in the original series and the Next Gen is different from how it's seen now, and they seem to they don't have the same consistent time travel method or consequences in Star Trek, because they seem to change it based on the current sort of theories of time travel and science. So the way they're dealing with time travel now doesn't relate to how they dealt with it in our earlier series and in the other universe. I guess different universe, you can separate the universes, but if you want to argue it's all the same universe, which is not, but if you want to argue that, then time travel seems to not work the same as it did 100 years ago or whatever. So I just don't know how they're going to do that. Like, suppose I can't even go into it. It's just so complicated. And that's the problem. It is so complicated. How are they going to tell a story and not make a mess and cause a bunch of problems and have a bunch of loose ends and strings and plot holes? I don't know. I don't have confidence in their skill as writers after the first season to do a good job of this. And I'm trying not to be negative, trying not to be a hater, trying not to be bitching. But that's just how I'm looking at it. And I'm like, oh no, what's going to happen here? I think that's it. That's all my notes say. That's all I remember. We had 2 pictures. One of the bus with the sign from the side, but not as well, not as good detail focus. And then we had the picture of the 2 inside the bus, and you can see part of the sign, quite close and in detail, but not the whole image. And then the other picture was just a separate one on location. I think there was another one of the location that was filmed. Just of the actual place where they were filming, and it just looked like a metallic sort of futuristic sort of style building, and nothing really Starfleet or nothing seemed to have been done to it to give any interest. It was just there. So yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you know anything else about it. As far as I know, these are the only pictures that have leaked out. But it has given away a huge secret or part of the story. So it's Q and time travel. I'm not sure what more they can fit into 10 episodes. So I think we kind of know what's happening now in a way. But we'll see. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to be positive. But I'm not going to pretend like things are good when they're not. Just to be a fan. Being a fan doesn't mean just saying things are great when they're not. Doesn't mean you have to complain no matter what and hate them for the sake of it. But so I'm in a very weird place with Star Trek at the moment. But I'm really going to go this time. Bye.